Next up, it's long been billed as the funniest fundraiser in town. And for its 25th anniversary, Band in Boston is going big and going home. The annual show will be presented online this year, with the cast doing their parts remotely, including The Late Show's Stephen Colbert, who's making a special appearance, along with the usual cast of politicians, including a governor, a congressman, and everyone running for mayor of Boston, business leaders, and other familiar faces like this one. That would be me. It's all to raise money for Urban Improv. That's a local nonprofit which teaches kids serious life skills through improvisational theater. The show is aptly scheduled for April Fool's Day, but right now we've got a behind-the-scenes look at how it all came together.
I'm writing Band in Boston this year. The whole thing is a musical. Everybody sings.
Can we do Les Mis? And I could be Endure Laws, but also like all the other girl roles and like some ballads.
Hey guys, you folks with an X. What have I gotten myself into?
Well, that's promising. That was the architect behind this year's Band in Boston, head writer and producer of Transparent, Faith Soloway. Faith, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
So I listed the transparent, meaning capital T, part of your resume, but I left out the most relevant part. You are an Urban Improv alum, correct?
Totally, yeah. I was an instructor, educator for 20-ish years.
Tell us a little bit about the operation for those who don't know. I gave one sentence. What exactly do they do with these kids in the schools?
Urban Improv uses improvisation as a tool to help kids navigate really hard choices and hard emotions that they all go through, you know. And teachers love it because it's the outliers, the behaviors sometimes that the kids have. It frees them up and it opens their voices to communicate things that they struggle with. So it's everything. It's mental health. It's getting kids to be on their voice, to understand they have control.
And by the way, they've worked with like tens of thousands of kids through the year. This is not a little side deal. It's big. So why are you back? Why are you doing this?
Well, I love the organization. I'm a board member now. It's my way of giving back, and it's a crazy year. We didn't know how we were going to do this, and I said yes. It's a labor of love, intense labor and intense love.
You know, for people who haven't seen this thing, I don't know if it's an apt description, but I think it is. High-profile public people, some of whom can sing and act, some of whom can't but do it anyway, participate in this thing. Like, well, here's a sample, like this.
I don't need a lot of attention. I'm a team player. I'm fine just standing in the wings. I could have a small part or something huge. I didn't mean it like that. Don't pay attention to me.
Okay, so I recognize the piano player. Who's the courageous soul doing the singing thing there?
Yes, that is Mr. Steve Conine, the head exec of Wayfair.
His employees are probably going to all strike tomorrow after they see that little deal. How did you get Colbert? What's the Colbert connection to this thing, or whatever?
Yeah, the connection is back in my 20s, his 20s. We worked together at Second City in Chicago. I was a musical director. He was an actor. And
oh, my God.
I just reached back as a Hail Mary, kind of, you know, we're doing a narrative this year. And without giving away too much, he's a perfect person to be in this, and he's a singer. And he said yes, Jim, and it just took off after that. Yeah, they really.
Okay, without giving away too much, you haven't given away anything. How about giving away a little something, like a smidgen, I believe? Go ahead.
The smidgen is we just saw Steve Conine, okay, and we see Steve Colbert, and there's a bit of an identity mishap. Let's just say that.
I would call that less than a smidgen if I were, but I'll take what I can.
Okay. I'm not writing an Academy Award winning movie. I'm writing a fundraiser. So,
well, speaking of awards, if I can for a second, this is a musical. You were hugely responsible for the musical finale of Transparent, which I assume everybody remembers and will remember for the rest of their days. If you were asked to compare the talent level between the performers in the finale of Transparent and the talent level of the performers on April 1st on Band in Boston, how would you describe that differential? How would you describe that?
Yeah, I would say it's on par. And to be honest, though, what I was working with in the finale for Transparent, two of those cast members were actual singers. That would be Judith Light and Catherine Hahn.
I read that, yeah.
Yeah, and the rest aren't, and they really rose to the occasion and loved doing it. So I love working with people who aren't the biggest pros. It's really fun.
But by the way, I should say some of these people who everybody knows from the newspaper or the news or whatever, some of these people can really do it, I should say. I mean, you stand there and you can't believe it. Speaking of some of these people, we should also mention that this year, the 25th anniversary, is a tribute to two women who've been there since the beginning, Kippy Dewey and Sissa Campion,
right?
Correct?
Correct. Yeah, we're giving them a salute. They've been running the organization and Band in Boston along with Lisa Schmidt-Alvarad for 25 years, and this was their baby, and they've worked really hard for this organization.
You know, you don't look like the kind of person who gets nervous. Is that true, or am I reading you dead wrong?
You're reading me wrong. I get very nervous. I had to I had to record yesterday my part. It took 2 hours. I couldn't remember my lines. I had a mental breakdown. I cried. I get very nervous.
So I guess I did read you wrong. So you're nervous about the first, or you fine? You good?
You know, that's a great question. I think I'm nervous about the permanence of the internet more than anything, and
that's a problem.
Having to write for that and knowing people's egos and where to push the comedy and what. It's the first, we've been on stage before, and but that's more what I'm nervous about, and I just want to do everybody good by that. You know what I mean? Myself included.
Well, let me just say, as someone who's been lucky enough to be part of it in recent years, I'll say three things. One, I can't wait. Two, nobody should miss it, not only because it's great fun, but for a fabulous cause. And third, and most importantly, please be kind to me and Marjorie Egan in the edit room. Is that a promise?
We will be, Jim. We will be. You two are perfect notes in this musical. Perfect.
Well, despite that statement, I think everything you told me is the truth. Faith
Yes.
Soloway, it's great to see you, and I really can't wait. Congratulations on the whole deal.
Thanks so much, Jim. And I just want to say that it's not a huge ticket price. People can go to the go to the link and get there and just register, because all are invited.
And we're going to give the link out in about 10 seconds. Faith,
Fantastic.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Again, Band in Boston is Thursday, April 1st at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bandinboston.org.